Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to Operation Freedom Briefings. The goal of these briefings and my weekly radio show, Operation Freedom, is to provide you information the bought-off, lamestream fake media will never touch. You can join us on our radio show. We transmit live through Wham Talk 1600's Freedom Bunker every Sunday from 2 to 5 Eastern. You can stream the show at davejanda.com. We also have a tremendous amount of public content on our site, davejanda.com, and we also have a subscription service, very reasonable, 30 cents a day, where we deep dive on issues, have fantastic guests, and provide information the bought-off, lamestream fake media will never provide. Check it out if you get a chance, davejanda.com. Today, I want to hit on the Inspector General's report and his testimony in front of the Senate and then the House. Look, you got very little information from the bought-off, lamestream fake media, and that wasn't by coincidence about what happened in those testifying events in front of the Senate and the House by the Inspector General Michael Horowitz. Wasn't it interesting that this immigration law of separating families was first put on the books in 1997, that's in the Clinton administration, was implemented for 8 years in the Bush administration, 8 years in the Obama administration, and when did you start to hear about it? Monday, June 18th, and Tuesday, June 19th. Well, okay. Well, do you find it coincidental that it's the 2 days that the Inspector General was presenting information on the bias situation that occurred, the criminality that occurred in the FBI Department of Justice as it related to the covering up, the exoneration of Hillary Clinton and her criminal activity with her email server? That wasn't coincidence, that was planned. And if anyone ever doubts that the bought-off, lamestream fake media is a tentacle of the deep state, just look at June 18th and 19th. Look, let's look at a couple things Horowitz said during his testimony. This is from the Senate on June 18th. Horowitz, this is from Zero Hedge. Horowitz sent a strong message to the FBI during his opening statement, telling lawmakers, and I quote, "As detailed in our report, we found that the inappropriate political messages cast a cloud over the Clinton email investigation and sowed doubt about the credibility of the FBI's handling of the investigation and impacted the reputation of the FBI. Moreover, we found the implication that senior FBI employees would be willing to take official action to impact a presidential candidate's electoral prospects to be deeply troubling and anti-ethical to the core values of the FBI and the Department of Justice," end quote. And might I add, the rule of law. Look, if you add all that up, it's sedition. It's a criminal act. So if Rachel Maddow should have been crying about anything, it should have been the violation of the Constitution, about the criminality that was exposed by the Inspector General in the report about the Department of Justice, the FBI. And if Rachel Maddow was going to be crying about something, maybe she should have been crying about how the security, the safety of every American citizen was violated by Hillary Clinton and her server. Look, what did Horowitz admit to in these hearings in front of the Senate on Monday, June 18th, the House on Tuesday, June 19th? They documented that Hillary had special access program documents, dozens of them, on her illegal server. That is a criminal offense. Just one special access program document on a personal server is illegal, let alone dozens. That in and of itself shows the criminality. And those special access documents that were available for everyone to see. And it was documented by the Inspector General that foreign entities accessed Hillary's illegal server. Put every American at risk. You, me, your family, your kids, your grandkids. If that doesn't steam you, then nothing will. In addition, what else did Horowitz find? And this was confirmed by Paul Sperry, and this happened late on Tuesday, that the 302 forms that the FBI agents fill out after they interview somebody appear to have been edited to end up exonerating Hillary and prosecuting General Flynn. That is a criminal offense. And from my sources, the names that keep coming up is McCabe, utilized Strzok to change those 302 forms. That is a criminal offense. Horowitz said they were checking into that. that they were investigating that because there were some indications that, yes, that had in fact occurred. And as I mentioned last week, when you look at the report, and remember, the report is 1,200,000 pages. That has not been released to the public. Most members of Congress haven't seen that. The report that was issued on June 14th was a 570-page summary of Hillary's emails, not all 1,200,000 pages. But when you read that 570-page report, there's damning evidence of the criminality that was occurring in the FBI and Department of Justice. Yet, in the conclusion, it said, well, we didn't see bias as it related to prosecution. Wait a minute. I said last week from my sources that the Inspector General and his 450-member team did not write the conclusion statements. And Horowitz confirmed that at his hearing late on Tuesday. He said, and this was confirmed by independent reporter Paul Sperry, that the original draft of his report was, quote, redlined, end quote, and it was edited by senior FBI and Department of Justice officials. If you don't think that report has already had some significant ramifications, headline from Zero Hedge. Now, I know Rachel Maddow wasn't talking about it. Either was the dweebs on CNN or ABC or CBS and NBC or Fox for that matter, for the most part. FBI agent Strzok was escorted out of the FBI building. That happened a day after the report was issued. It happened on Friday, June 15th. In the aftermath of the publication of the Inspector General's report on the FBI abuse, if there was one thing that was made abundantly clear, it was that FBI Special Agent Strzok, who was in charge of the Clinton email investigation, then probed Trump for Russia collusion, while texting his lover Lisa Page that, quote, will stop Trump from becoming president, end quote, was acting out of pure political bias and anger at Clinton's loss. Most importantly, however, Horowitz, the IG, Inspector General, ended a mainstream media talking point clarifying that, quote, yeah, you didn't hear Maddow talking about this one, or CNN, quote, we did not find no bias in regard to the October 2016 events, end quote. Strzok's choice to make pursuing the Russia espionage case a bigger priority than reopening the Clinton espionage case suggested, quote, that was a biased decision, end quote. In other words, Strzok was clearly biased in his pursuit of Trump and dismissal of Clinton, a perversion of the entire FBI process. There was some other information that came out. So we have the 302 forms being changed. We had the fact that the summary statement was edited. Inspector General Horowitz also admitted the appendices of the report with much of the evidence that could lead to criminal prosecutions has been actually withheld from the Department of Justice and Congress because the intelligence community classified the appendices and he was trying to work on getting them unclassified or to a point where this evidence could be presented. In addition, two other biased FBI agents by the name of Moyer and Kleinsmith were outed. They were both principals in the Hillary Clinton exoneration, and they were biased for her. And they were also on the Trump-Russia investigation and were biased against Trump, and they both sat on Mueller's team. But the one part that's leading to sleepless nights by Hillary and her little zealots around her, the IG report, quote, FBI has not yet destroyed Clinton aides' laptops. Oh, they thought the evidence was deep-sixed long ago. No. Contrary to widespread reports, the FBI did not destroy any of the evidence it collected in its investigation of Hillary Clinton's email probe, including the laptops of former Clinton Chief of Staff Cheryl Mills and ex-campaign staffer Heather Samuelson, according to recently released report by the Inspector General of the Department of Justice. They thought the evidence had been deep-sixed, and it had not. You see, some of the evidence they're concerned about is the fact that a number of individuals in the Obama administration, including Obama and Hillary and Comey and 10 other Obama officials, were communicating on her private illegal server and classified information was transferred over that server. That is a violation of the Espionage Act. Well, the IG report. I know. You didn't hear about it in the bought-off lamestream fake media. The IG report confirms Obama lied about Hillary's email server. Department of Justice Inspector General report covering the Obama Department of Justice FBI conduct during the Hillary Clinton email investigation confirms a bombshell that had previously been hinted at through WikiLeaks disclosures. Obama lied when he said in 2015 he learned of Hillary Clinton's private email server through a New York Times report. The OIG report revealed this was a lie. A footnote on page 89 reads, quote, President Barack Obama was one of the 13 individuals with whom Clinton had direct contact using her ClintonEmail.com account, end quote. That is a violation of the Espionage Act. Obama, Clinton, Comey, and the other 10 officials in the Obama administration should be held on criminal charges. Bottom line. So while Rachel Maddow is crying over a law that was passed in 1997, and she just starts crying on Monday, June 18th and June 19th, because she and the bought-off lamestream fake media was being used as cover for blocking the public from knowing about what was discussed at these hearings. It's critical that you pass on this information to anyone and everyone you know. We went into great depth on this on our last Sunday show on Operation Freedom. We'll continue to dwell on this and focus on this because this is about, the Inspector General's report is about the restitution of the rule of law. When the rule of law is restored, you are going to see many of these officials I just spoke about being held up on criminal charges. And you are going to see other individuals that have been persecuted. You will see them get their freedom, such as General Mike Flynn. Please join us at davejanda.com. The public side, the subscription side, 30 cents a day. Join us every Sunday, 2 to 5 Eastern, on our radio show. Stream it at davejanda.com. As we end every segment, this is Dave Janda signing off. Dream big and dare to fail.